Unit 1 Task 5 is installing a helicoil. There are two spots up here for your names. You're going to use the same partner you used for the previous task of drilling and tapping. You're going to use the same block, only you're not going to use these holes. You're going to use the center that I told you to leave blank, and you're going to drill a hole, tap it, put a helicoil insert in, and then we will test it. So here's the block, here's the drill hole I have, and then my other divot for your partner, and then here's the open area that you're going to drill to put that helicoil in. So it's the same process. You're going to put an indentation there with a centering punch. Then you're going to use a drill with a pilot drill, and then you're going to get the 21/64 drill bit to drill that out bigger. All right, after you've got all the drilling done, you can see that that hole is considerably bigger than this hole. This is a 5/16 by 18 hole, and I can fit a 5/16 by 18 bolt in that hole. This hole is 5/16 in diameter. That 5/16 bolt will drop right through there. What we're trying to do is fix this hole. So this hole is too big, the threads have been stripped out. We have purposefully drilled that hole bigger to put this helical insert in. And with this helical insert in there, it is going to make that hole, the inside diameter, turn into the same diameter with threads as this hole to fit a 5/16 by 18 bolt. You'll need to get three things from me. You'll need a 5/16 by 18 helicoil tap. You'll need the helicoil or the helical insert, and then you'll also need the installation tool. Same process as last time. This is a tapered tap here, so you'll go through and tap this hole. The next thing you want to do is make sure that you can insert your helical insert, and make sure it threads in about a thread or so. So that's kind of gripping in there. That's okay. That's what we want. Now there may be some high spots up here, little shards of metal that didn't come off. So you may have to take your tap, and you may have to run your tap back through there a couple times. You may have to take some brake clean or some like a blowgun, compressed air, and kind of blow the metal shavings out of that to be able to get the insert in correctly. But the insert has a little tab on the bottom, and you'll notice the installation tool has a little tab on the bottom as well, and that kind of locks it together. So you spin the installation tool in there, and on the bottom you can watch that come around, and you can watch it lock on that tab. So now when you spin the tool, you're going to insert the helicoil, and then when you pull it out, it will just back it off, and the helical insert will stay in place. You will want to put one dab of red thread locker. This is high strength. You use high strength when you don't want anything to come apart. We never want this helical insert to come out of that block. We want it to stay put. If you were using like a bolt or a nut, something like that you want to end up taking loose at some point in time, then you'd want to use the blue, which is going to be medium strength. Something that you want to be able to put on and take back off. This stuff is very expensive, so it only takes one drop. One drop right on the end there, that's all you need. And then you will stick it in there. You can probably twist it down maybe by hand like I'm doing right now. If not, you may need to get out your tap handle and thread it on there and spin it down in. And you're going to want to go just so that the top of that helical insert disappears, because you want to be able to run your finger over top of here and have it be smooth. So you want that to go just underneath the surface. Spin this out, see how that's staying in there? You can see there's a little leftover red on there from the thread locker. We just take a rag or some brake clean and clean the threads off, no big deal. And then again, we want to be able to run our finger across this. And so you can see, if you look across the top of there, it is nice and smooth. There's nothing sticking out of that. So if we had another piece of metal or another component on a vehicle that we were going to put on there, we would not want something sticking above the surface, because then it would pucker that up and there'd be a gap. We want that to go down nice and flush. And then down through there you can see the end of the helicoil. So the bolt that we're going to be putting in will only go down until it hits that little tab. Once this dries, this needs to dry for 24 hours, the thread locker does. You can use a punch or a screwdriver, go down in there and break that little tab off, and then you can put a longer bolt in there. When you get done, again, you can see that there is a mess on the floor, and it either came from when I was drilling out the pilot drill hole or the 5/16 hole. The curls look a little bit bigger, so I'm guessing it's the 5/16 hole, but it didn't all stay on the mat, so it kind of got off the sides. You know, pick that up, clean that up, throw it in the trash can. Also get maybe a broom and a dustpan, because you can see where they're all underneath the bench here, they're all the way over here. There are some that actually went behind this. They could be everywhere. We need to make sure we're picking all of those up. Doing a good job of cleaning up.